What's up, guys?
Hello.
We are back after a little baby hiatus of sickness and whatever the hell else. And yeah, this is Pokemon Go FM. I'm your host, Bagel Noob.
And I'm Diane Court, back again for another episode.
Yeah, we're back.
With
So,
a lot of exciting news.
oh my gosh, such news.
Obviously, Gen 3 has dropped. Well, some of Gen 3 has dropped, and it is exactly what we've been waiting for. And there's a couple of mysteries and uncertainties, and also exciting new Pokemon there are out there to catch. So,
Yes.
we're going to kind of get into that today and talk about our views.
Yeah, for sure. Me and Yan, we got out yesterday and we did some hunting. We caught some things, and it was exactly how I thought that it was gonna be as far as the amount of Gen 3 Pokemon that we would encounter. Like, it wasn't like Gen 1 and Gen 2 Pokemon are definitely still more predominant.
For sure. Most definitely.
It's not oversaturated with Gen 3 Pokemon at all. And I kind of
I like it like that though a little bit
because it
kind
gives
of
you
draws
something
it out some.
Right, you
So
don't run
this-
out of Pokemon
exactly,
to catch. Right, mad
exactly.
quick, exactly, yeah. So that's kind of a good thing in a sense. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with just chilling out and just doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? And running through the Pokemon and enjoying it. And I feel like this way we'll be able to enjoy it a little bit more. So yeah, we're gonna talk about all those things today. So first things first, we got a few topics that we want to talk about, and before we get to the first one, I want to make sure on the record let you guys know that Yan here was the one who brought this to my attention. It wasn't something that I particularly came up with.
But those ears were alert.
They always are. They always are. But of course, she's gonna make this about me. So anyway, one of the every generation, one thing that stays constant in Pokemon are one or two things, and that is there's always the introduction of a new bird type Pokemon. Like for Gen 1, it was Pidgey. Then Gen 2, what was the bird Pokemon for Gen 2? The pig. No, it wasn't Murkrow. Was it Hoot Hoot? No, it wasn't Hoot Hoot. It was one. Then Gen 3 is Tailo, because it's Tailo, then Swellow, then or was Tailo from Gen 4? Anyway, you get my points.
Right.
And with the bird Pokemon, they always have the new insect Pokemon. So with Gen 1, it was Weedle, blah blah blah. Now we have Wurmple. Okay. So Wurmple is the new bug Pokemon that we have, the little wormy. It's actually a cute little, you know what I mean?
Anyway, so basically, there's a lot of mystery around Wurmple right now, and a lot of articles talking about this right now, just on the fact of how will you know what you're going to get with evolving Wurmple.
Right. And that is the reason why is because just like Caterpie and Weedle, they have their own evolutionary chain. Right. They have their own evolutionary chain where is Wurmple, Caterpie, Metapod, Kakuna, then Beedrill, and Butterfree. And so with Wurmple, it's a little bit different because Wurmple is capable of branching itself off into two separate evolutionary paths.
Yeah.
So with Wurmple, it can go from Wurmple to Cascoon, and then Dusclops. No, not Dusclops.
No, Tox.
Dustox, yes, thank you. Oh yes, oh I love you. Dustox, because I've been like brain farting on that Pokemon's name all day. And I know this Pokemon, like I know it. And then you have the more beautiful, path for Wurmple, which is Wurmple, Silicoon, and then Beautyfly, right? So the mystery surrounding this Pokemon is whether or not people are trying to figure out what it is exactly you have to do in order to get.
Just kind of how like with the EVs, you could change the names in order to kind of have an idea of what you were gonna get.
But it was also after that, it was pretty much based on luck.
Yeah.
And so that's how it is with Wurmple. You know what I'm saying? We don't really in the game. And see, that was the thing on Pokemon Go. The evolutions were all pretty much luck, except for Umbreon and Espeon, which we'll talk about a little later. But you know, with Wurmple, it's complete luck, and even in the handheld versions of the game, it was luck. But you know, the evolutions in the game, you could give it a Firestone or Waterstone or Thunderstone, and you knew exactly what you were gonna get.
Exactly.
But with Wurmple, it's completely random. So people have been scouring the internet trying to figure out exactly what to do. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I think it's random.
It's completely random, and no matter if it's random or not. I mean, of course, we all want to collect the Pokemon so that we can say that we got all the Pokemon from this gen or that gen or whatever, right? But for the most part, I'm gonna tell you just like this: Beautyfly or Dustox is not gonna be there. Neither one of those Pokemon are gonna be in your parties to do any type of mad damage in a raid or a gym battle or anything like that. So for collectors' purposes, just don't even sweat it because eventually you'll get them. So don't sweat it. You know what I mean? These are 4 Pokemon that you'll get eventually as long as you continue to play the game. So don't even try. You don't have to worry about, because there are things out there saying, oh, if you catch one in the daytime and he has a higher attack stat, then it'll become a Dustox. But if it's a blah blah blah, a defense stat, and you catch it during the day, then it'll become a Beautyfly. Now, Beautyfly is probably one of the cutest Pokemon I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, she's cute, but I don't think she's that cute.
Jeez, well, just lay it on a little thicker, why don't you? Jesus
there's
Christ.
Pokemon out there like Flareon. I mean, she's trash, but she's adorable.
Jeez, Beautyfly is so cute. Is it because she's a bug that you don't like?
No, honestly, it's not even that she's a bug. She's just okay.
Oh my God, whatever. What's that? What's the bug and fairy type Pokemon from Gen 7? It's that little Cutie-Fly.
Cutie-Fly is trash too.
It's trash, but
it is not cute.
You don't think it's so tiny and...
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
You're racist. You're discriminating.
I'm not.
It's Christmas, and you're talking bad about these beautiful Pokemon. Jeez, Louise. The reason for the season does not reside within this one. Jesus Christ. Okay, so...
Oops.
Oops. So we talked a little bit about how I almost said Sakura, because that's what you name as Eevee to turn into Espeon. But we talked a little bit about Umbreon and Espeon being different in terms of the evolutions and how you get to get one, evolve them. So we're going to talk a little bit about another Pokemon that we're going to be getting soon in Gen 3 that will require that same type of attention. So Phoebus is the Pokemon that I'm talking about. It's spelled Feebas. Phoebus is what I like to call a cousin to Magikarp, and it's only slightly more useful, slightly less useless than Magikarp, in that it can actually have a couple attacks.
Yeah, rather than Splash.
Right, other than Splash. But Phoebus can it evolves into a Pokemon called Milotic. I thought you were gonna, you hate me. What is it? Are you a Scrooge? What is this?
You're right.
Wow. Okay. So.
Sorry, Milotic.
Wow, dude. Don't even bother now. It's too late. Okay. So Phoebus evolves into Milotic, and it requires a different amount of attention. So what I mean by that is
the buddy system.
Exactly. So you want to go ahead? Go ahead. Let you have it.
Sure. Okay. So basically, in order to get this cutie to,
oh God, no!
I said I guess he's a cutie.
He's not cute at all. You're doing this on purpose now. Now I know that you're doing this on purpose.
Okay. In order to get him to evolve, you have to use him as a buddy and walk that bad boy. So what is it? 10?
I think it's 20. I think it's gonna be 20. Yeah, it's 10 for Umbreon and Espeon. You have to walk an Eevee 10 kilometers. But for
It's gonna be 20.
Yeah, 20 for Phoebus.
So, and
which is fair.
It's fair.
That's fair.
It's fair. I mean,
we're gonna
400 candies. So
yeah, we're gonna exactly. Glad you said that. So, you know, the reason why you have to walk Phoebus that amount is because, you know, and you know, Yan and I were talking about this earlier. It's really good that Niantic is doing the best that they can to make sure they stay on like track with the you know with the actual games, with the handhelds. And I respect them a lot for that. And
I do too, because it makes it feel authentic.
It makes it exactly
feel like we're actually playing Pokemon.
Exactly. And you know, I've always said that, you know, every time Niantic makes some sort of advancement, I always say they take one step forward and two steps back. This is the first time in a while that I felt like they've taken one step forward and they've gone in the right direction. Nothing is messed up. You know what I'm saying? Now, I feel like there are a couple of things that they could have paid a little bit more attention to, but I'll talk about that later. So with Phoebus, in the actual handheld games, in order to get a Phoebus to evolve into a Milotic, you have to make it as happy as possible and then level it up. And that is the only way it can evolve into a Milotic. Now, like I said, that Phoebus was the cousin of Magikarp. So hopefully we won't have to we won't need 400 candies to evolve. You know, and to be honest, that was a little bit much.
It was a little bit much.
That was a little bit much. I think 200 might have been a little more fair.
200 might have been a little bit more fair. But I will say, you guys did it. I see Gyarados. That water event is really what set Gyarados up for success.
Yeah, man.
Now they're everywhere. They're in every gym.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
so
sure.
I mean, obviously it wasn't that difficult, but 400 was a little mind blowing at first.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. And you know, so and the thing is, Gyarados and Milotic, they are like yin and yang. They're complete opposites of one another. Gyarados is an all-out attacker. I mean, he has always played that role. Gyarados is one of the few Pokemon, like Dragonite, that has been in the OU tier, which is the overused, the tier of Pokemon that are so strong that they're continuously used by people in competitive play. And it always will be there because it's just so good. And Milotic is the exact opposite of Gyarados, whereas it is a complete tank. Now, whenever they introduce Phoebus and Milotic into Pokemon Go, because they haven't brought them in yet, I think that that Milotic will play a role similar to Blissey, in that it will be a fantastic gym defender. Won't be great for taking down gyms, but it will give you some. It will give you a few different. It will give you some more options when it's time for you to take down. To defend your gyms. Now, with that said, once Milotic comes into the game, if you are doing a raid with Bagel Noob or Nyan Court, don't bring a Milotic to attack a raid boss, because it is a bad idea. It is a bad decision.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, please. Please, please, please. You are wasting everybody's time. Look, I was doing a Ho-Oh raid before. Sayonara Ho-Oh, by the way. Ho-Oh's gone. As of yesterday, gone bye-bye. And I saw, I saw a guy with a Pidgeot, a Lugia, some guy had a Suicune. Like, I never understand. And then when you try to tell people, hey, and you try to
they look at you like you're a douche.
And you don't want to come off as being an asshole, because these 2 or 3 people, you already barely have enough people to even attempt to get this raid. And if all of everybody that, like, if you got 6 people, that's barely enough. And the people that are in there have to be on their P's and Q's using their best electric and rock type Pokemon, You know what I'm saying? In order to beat it, and then you in here bringing a Pidgeot and a Suicune. What are you
like,
doing?
why are you here?
What
Did you stumble upon this raid?
Like, what level are you? Are you even Pokemon, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't bring my low ticks. You know what I'm saying? So, but one thing that I do like I said, now this is not me. Like, I'm not shaming or bashing Niantic or whatever. I think they're doing great as far as progress right now. I really want them to go ahead and fix that gym glitch because that has done us in too many times. And it's just time, man. It's time for me to go ahead and fix that. I think that it's important enough for them to go ahead and try to, go ahead and get it done. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic where we're going to talk about the most powerful Pokemon in Pokemon Go now.
And one of my favorites.
As far as statistics are concerned. And that Pokemon is Groudon. So, Groudon is officially coming to Pokemon Go in January.
Lots going on in January.
Yeah, a lot going on in January. Congratulations to you. Oh my gosh.
I'm moving.
Yeah, she's moving to a fantastic place with lots of fantastic people and going to be doing fabulous things.
Yes. So, we'll, I guess, get into that more so at the end so we can talk about it, but I just couldn't help it. I had to say something. Anywho, okay, vogue it out, girl.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so Pokemon Go. All right, I'll read you guys really quick what they said. This is coming from comicbook.com. Moments ago, Pokemon Go announced. Now, this news just like hot off the shitter, like right before we got here. Moments ago, Pokemon Go announced that Groudon will start appearing as a legendary raid boss for next month.
Yes.
Groudon will be the game's newest level 5 raid boss from now through January 15th. And this is the tweet that comes from the official verified Pokemon Go app Twitter. Watch out, trainers. Groudon, the ground type legendary Pokemon originally discovered in the Hoenn region, is now appearing in raid battles around the world.
That's exciting.
We speculated earlier today that Groudon will be appearing soon based on several clues found in Pokemon Go's code. Not only did the developers update Groudon's 3D model, but they also recently nerfed Groudon's stats by making him a little bit less powerful. He's the first ever ground type legendary Pokemon and could also be one of the first Pokemon to carry over its signature move. Pokemon Go added Precipice Blades. That's his special move or whatever. A powerful ground type attack to the game when updating the game's moveset for the new generation of Pokemon. Now, if you guys have played any of the handheld games, at a certain point, the Pokemon company started to add special moves to Pokemon that were only specific to one type of Pokemon. And Groudon has one for himself. I'll probably do like a separate video for our patrons, letting you guys know like what types of Pokemon will be good. Yeah, because not only is Groudon a ground type Pokemon, but he's also fire. He's fire and ground.
Right.
So water types, getting them in there. Yeah. So that's what's good for Groudon. Now, there are three legendary Pokemon from this generation. You got Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza. Yeah. And so we'll probably be seeing those guys in the upcoming months.
And a lot of people are liking this little breather that we have, just to kind of, I don't know, take everything in. I know one day we want all of the stuff, and then the next day we're like, it's too much.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know it's hard to please millions and millions of people, but I think that they're really starting to get the hang of everything, like how we talked about with the gym system, the weather system, just giving us a little break just to get us back on the wagon with legendary rating. Like I think that they're doing a really good job. So.
Do you think that it would have been? So this is what I think. Let me tell you what I think really quick before we move on. I think that if I were Niantic, I would be trying to space out, just not too much space, but give a little time from when I release certain Pokemon into the game because we just got Ho-Oh, and we're on the heels of a Gen 2 ending and Gen 3 beginning, and within days they've already released the first legendary Pokemon. Now, Niantic, they could have waited, but this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that, remember back at the beginning of November, end of October, or something like that. Remember we talked about how they're planning on bringing us trading and battling or battling one of those in 2018 in like early 2018. So I feel like the reason that they're probably gonna go ahead and release these legendaries, try to go and get them out there so we're able to battle with them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, Niantic has always pretty much dragged their heels when it comes to everything in the game.
So they're probably having a flavor underneath their ass for a reason.
Exactly. So they already releasing Groudon within a few days. I can guarantee you, bro. I'm speculating, but Rayquaza and Kyogre are probably gonna come really soon, guys. Really soon. And if they do, it's probably because Niantic is already they probably got the battle. They probably working out the last few kinks in that battle system, and they're probably going to be going ahead and dishing it out to us sometime soon.
Yeah, because they said they were going to get that at the beginning of the year, didn't they?
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, beginning of 2018. So I think we could probably be expecting that sometime soon, guys. That is going to change the game.
Oh, most definitely. If they do it right.
Yeah. And I think they've had enough time to work on it, and they've been working on it for a while. So I think that we'll be okay. I think they're gonna do a good one. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. The last thing we got on the list. So we're gonna be talking about the most powerful Pokemon in the game right now. I know we just got done talking about Groudon, which is extremely powerful, being a legendary and all that. But we're talking about. Also, I think they're done with the EX thing. I think they're just done with that.
Yeah.
I think they realized that was a failure, failed experiment.
But for people who didn't get Mewtwo, they need to come up with
a
reroute.
Yeah, they need to. Yeah, I think they're just gonna continue giving out raid passes on EX raid passes forever or something until people.
Yeah, but not gonna introduce a new Pokemon legendary to the raid.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I don't think so. So, the most powerful Pokemon in Pokemon Go right now is Slaking. So,
believe it or not,
crazy, right? So Slaking is one of those Pokemon he's huge like Snorlax, also a normal type Pokemon who's weak to he's weak to fighting or whatever. But with Slaking, he's a little bit different because when Gen 3 was initially introduced into Pokemon Go, they introduced abilities into the game. So Slaking's ability was a little bit weird. And the thing about Slaking was that he could only attack every other turn.
Right.
So, and he's way too powerful for them to be having him attack like a normal Pokemon. Slaking is more powerful than Mewtwo. His CP, I mean, in here on Pokemon Go. He's more powerful than Mewtwo CP wise. I think the max that a Slaking can get in terms of CP is, what is it? 4958? 40
It's close enough.
Something like that, yeah. 4958 CP. That is a ton. That's pretty much 5K CP. That's ridiculous. That's a lot. That's a lot. That is a buttload. So
be fighting him
forever. And we're gonna get to that. So pretty much Slaking has one quick move that he can learn. So I don't think that Niantic is gonna allow you to use like a fast TM to try to change that quick move to something different. It's just gonna stay the same. So his quick move is Yawn. Okay, Yawn is a move that does 0 damage. In the games, Yawn is a move that you use on another Pokemon, and the following turn,
it charges that attack.
I'm saying in the regular games, that following turn, it just make the Pokemon fall asleep. But in here, on Pokemon Go, it does 0 damage, but all it does is charge up his charge move. It's a quote vehicle to charge up the charge move. And I'm not sure exactly what moves that Slaking can learn, but I'm probably sure Hyper Beam is one of them or something like that. But just think about it. Think about if you could fight a 5K CP Pokemon that had Hyper Beam Stab, and he could use it like a normal Pokemon with 5K CP. You would get destroyed. You would be destroyed. Like, oh my gosh, bodied, right?
Yeah.
So, that was a perfect
the way they set him up.
Oh my God. I
magnifique.
loved it. Oh my God. Magnifica. It was beautiful, man. And I really couldn't have done it. That was one of the things I was worried about. You know, I was telling you earlier, like, I was kind of worried because Slaking is a freaking monster. And I was like, if they're not going to introduce abilities into the game, they need to figure out how to keep this man brokenness on the lid. Keep a lid on that.
Yeah.
And they did a good job. They did a great job in that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, you know, I mean,
but that's a lot in itself, honestly.
Yeah, it is. Would you like to see abilities into the game? It would change a lot.
Yeah, it would put a twist on it for sure.
It would change a lot, yeah.
And see, all these little ideas just kind of continue to feed you hope to know that the game could be tweaked at any moment and really like have a trickle effect on how we enjoy playing it every day.
Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, there's a lot of things that could be added into this game to keep it going for 10 years.
Right, because this is one of the very few games that has the potential to have, you know, it has potential to have such longevity. I mean, it really does. It really does. We've talked about the potential so many times, and I personally believe that is true. I do believe that, you know, Pokemon Go has the potential to just go forever. You know what I mean? And even though we have a very basic battle system, the main reason, in my opinion, I think one of the very main reasons that you can't add abilities is because we don't have status conditions. We don't have poison. We don't have burn. We don't have confusion. You know, we don't have things like that.
Yeah.
So real quick before we because we're about to get ready to wrap it up for today. I want you to tell everyone what Pokemon are you? What Gen 3 Pokemon? Now, of course, I know the answer. It rhymes. It has an S in its name. But I want you to tell everybody what Pokemon are you most excited about getting from Gen 3?
An S in its name.
Yeah.
What?
That's not. Yeah. I mean, what Pokemon are you? What Pokemon? What Pokemon are you most excited about? I could be wrong.
But I want to know what it is.
I'm gonna tell you what I think it is if it's not the same, but I want you to tell us what you think what Pokemon are you most excited to get from Gen 3?
I mean, off top, I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Just spitball. Just first thing that comes to mind. Okay.
I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, so me personally, I think that the first person. God, I'm drawing a blank now. Wait, the Pokemon that I think I'm most excited to get from this generation.
I
could.
Are we talking legendary or are we
and
talking
see,
normal?
I really like Rayquaza, but I don't want to throw a legendary in there. I feel like
because that's just like me saying Groudon.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would want Groudon more than Rayquaza.
You really?
Yeah.
I like Rayquaza because he's a freaking dragon snake, like a flying.
You know how I
dragon.
am with Salamence. Actually, I am looking for. Oh, that's what you were talking about.
Yeah.
I do love Salamence.
I know
knows
you.
that because when we were playing Aloha,
yeah, man.
I was.
Oh, yeah, man.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I could see myself super stoked for that one.
Yeah, for sure. And
But Gen 3, I feel like is my favorite.
I think
of all the generations.
I think my favorite is Gen 4, but Gen 3 is a close second. Close second for sure. My favorite, I love Sceptile, man. That is that's the one Pokemon that I'm like so glad we live in an area where grass Pokemon are predominant, and we don't see a lot of fire types. Like to this day, I'll probably.
It took forever to find Torchic. Well, not forever, but we
Yeah.
were expecting it to be an abundant amount of Torchics, like we did with Charmander, and it was the same thing.
And you know, even like it like during the with the weather changes, you see certain types of Pokemon more in a higher abundance.
Yeah.
Like in the when it's more
like
fire.
Trico, I see nothing but Trico.
I'm glad.
That's fine, but
Yeah.
I would love some Mudkips too.
I haven't been a Mudkip. Stacy loved Mudkip when we were growing up.
Mudkip. I always chose Torchic, but when I told myself, okay, we're not going the fire route this time, I always went with Mudkip. Mudkip's adorable.
Oh yeah, I agree.
But I mean, yeah,
That's the first time she said a Pokemon was adorable today, guys.
I mean,
for the record,
I do think, that Milotic is cute as fuck. She's goddesses.
Oh yeah,
Goddessy.
Milotic is a beautiful. We were just talking about Phoebus being ugly.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, for sure. Phoebus is like the ugly stepchild. But I think Sceptile I think Sceptile is my favorite Pokemon from this generation, with Blaziken being a close second.
Oh, Blaziken is good.
I can't wait to see how well Blaziken does in battle in Pokemon Go. I hope they do him justice. I hope they don't mess my boy up.
Yeah.
Because Charizard isn't all that great in Pokemon Go. So I hope they make Blaziken worth it. You know what I mean? So. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up for this week.
Sorry that it has been so patchy.
She was sick, man.
Yeah, I was sick, but I mean, it's really I was only sick for like 3 days. So
Dude,
there's no excuse.
She was throwing up red stuff.
Okay, it ended up being a crushed up Pepto-Bismol pill, guys. Just maybe just don't tell all of my business. But no, I mean, I'm a super baby when I'm sick because I'm never sick.
Yeah.
So, but it was still no excuse for it to be so long. I only have 1 off day a week, and it's been busy. So I'm sorry that it's been so patchy. Oh yeah, I'm getting ready to move to New Orleans. So I've been packing up my whole place.
If you guys want to donate money to Yan to help her move,
No, you don't have to do that. I'm not gonna discourage you, but you don't have to do that. I just kind of feel like we always have excuses for our lack of consistency with the videos that we put out, or even sometimes the podcasts that we put out. And I just want to let you guys know that I'm aware. I know we have been on the shit train with getting you guys the content that you desperately love.
The shit train.
But we're gonna work on it. I'm not really sure how we're gonna do everything once I relocate, but we're gonna figure it out.
I figured it out. I got it all figured out.
Okay, well you'll tell me about it later. So I appreciate everyone for sticking around and I don't know, really just building the show with us.
Yep,
so,
for sure.
Thank you.
I don't want to say a whole lot, but Yan is going on a new adventure soon, and I am hoping that I'm able to do the same very soon. I don't want to say a whole lot because if shit don't go the way that I want it to go, I don't want people to be like, "What happened, man? I thought you were blah blah blah."
Yeah,
So
I wouldn't even speak on that yet.
Yeah, just everybody, just give me some
vibes
positive vibes my way. Yeah, her way too. We need positivity to come our way, man. So, and also, let me see. Today is the 15th, so we'll definitely get another episode in before the Xmas.
Oh, most definitely.
Xmas. So, so I guess I didn't do housekeeping. So you guys can check us out on Twitter, Instagram. Well, Twitter, Instagram, everyone on the internet is Pokemon Go FM. You can check out our Patreon where you can go and watch different, I post videos on our Patreon that's different, talking about different stuff about from me giving you guys tips on what I like to do in the game, all the way up and to whatever. So you guys can go check us out at Patreon at patreon.com/Pokemon Go FM. I know we haven't done our sponsorships today, but it's Christmas time and Loot Crate has so many cool things for you guys to get for Christmas time, and the loot boxes have not gone away yet. So you guys can check us out at lootcrate.com. Try lootcrate.com/Pokemon Go FM to get all of those cool things. And yeah, without further ado, we are out of.
You know what I just thought about?
What?
What about Garchomp? I'm sorry.
That's Gen 4.
Garchomp's in Gen 4?
Yeah, Salamence is the dragon for Gen 3.
Oh.
She loves dragons. She loves
I do.
dragons.
I love
Yeah.
dragons.
Garchomp and Salamence are like her babies. I might get her something Salamence or Garchomp themed for Christmas.
Or you can give me some money.
Or a Sephora gift card.
I do need to buy some more lipstick.
Hey, and without further ado, lipstick out.
Bye.
Bye.
We did great timing.